3, 2, 1. Command has been given. Crank him up.
Let's go. When I say I don't know, I don't know.
Let's go, baby.
Now, the Morning Drive.
Buckle up, everybody.
A little bit of this and a little bit of that.
It's a game changer.
I listen to you guys every single day on my way to work.
Well, again, I'm not a doctor, nor do I play one on the radio.
You guys are amazing.
What are you doing over there?
I'm going to the top.
The Morning Drive with Mike Bagley and Pete Pistone.
To the bat balls.
Sirius XM NASCAR Radio Channel 90, live and on the air for this Friday morning, March 24th, 2023. Mike Bagley here in Del Marvelous Studio 1D. We've got Pistol Pete Pistone in the Paisan Palace in Chicago. We've got Sammy and Davey in Studio 134 of the Beltway Bureau in our nation's capital. We welcome each and every one of you to this Friday morning, and happy COTA race weekend to you, Triple P.
Well, good morning, Bagman. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday to one and all. As we say, the checkered flag on the week flies here on TMD, but to Mike's point, green flag at COTA this weekend, starting this afternoon with a little practice there for the Cup Series. How's everything on the East Coast today, pal?
Doing good. A little rainy. We're in the rut of Friday rains. Supposed to be good tomorrow. It's supposed to linger tomorrow. Good Sunday. And then, next week. So what was it? March showers brings April flowers.
Well, no, we figured it was April flowers, May flowers. What did we say? March brings April agita, I think is that we said. So
Right.
We're getting the agita for another week.
Well, we're getting a lot of liquid sunshine here in the last couple of days. So just enough to, now let's hope it stays that way. And because the plants and all that are in a tizzy around here.
Yep.
They started blooming already, and it's like, not just easy, not just yet. It's like you're jumping the restart. Simmer down. Come on, Keats, black flag, jump at the restart. It's under review. So, we're on this stop-start thing. I tell you what, one of the biggest things that we're dealing with around here right now is that noise you heard last night, that giant sucking sound. Was the wind coming out of the Philadelphia Phillies sails. Rice Hoskins carted off with an ACL and surgery. First baseman for the Phillies.
He's out.
Not off to a good start. Torn ACL, spring training game.
It's been a rough spring for some star players, he being one of them. Jose Altuve of the Astros broke his thumb. He's out a couple of months. Edwin Diaz, the closer for the Mets, hurt himself in the celebration last week in the World Baseball Classic. Ouch. So, it's tough. Obviously, the sports world last night, we just got to put it out there for our guy Davey. A great basketball game in the Sweet 16, but unfortunately, Kansas State in overtime beat the Michigan State Spartans, Davey.
Probably.
Obviously, I thought of you, but I thought of me too because I have nothing to talk about basketball-wise on the Big Ten channel.
It's probably recency bias and the fact that my team was in the game, but that was phenomenal. That was just such a good game.
I was watching it.
Yeah. And
Mike was watching it, yeah.
My friend was saying it's a shame that one of these teams has to lose, which is like, okay, don't need to hear that right now. But it was kind of true. I mean, that was just a phenomenal.
Well, it's not kind of true. It is true.
Yeah. It's just so back and
really
forth.
was.
And I knew we were in trouble when Noah broke the record in the history of the NCAA tournament for assists with 8 minutes to go in regulation. That's when I knew we were in trouble. And, of course, Poetic Justice, he gets the steal at the end of the game, hits the layup at the buzzer, which didn't even matter, but just insult to injury. But proud of the boys. Good fight. Good game.
It was a good game.
Heartbroken.
But how
Great
awesome
game.
is Tom Izzo, though? I mean,
He's the best.
That's
He's
my
the
guy,
best.
Mike. He's
the-
unbelievable.
He's the best.
Unbelievable.
Izzo is this kind of guy, Mike, and we've got people like this in NASCAR where even though I maybe interview him twice a year, he makes it feel like he knows you. Oh, Pete, good to be with you again. That kind of a thing. And then he gave the command. Remember last year, he and Mel Tucker, the football coach at Michigan State up at Michigan, so I brought that up the last time I talked to him. I've been watching sports and basketball my whole life, and I never saw a play like the one where Marquise Noel, who's the guard that Davey's talking about, broke the assist record. He made it look like he was arguing with his coach, and all the attention went to what's going on with these two guys, and then he threw the alley-oop to the guy, and that was the reverse dunk, Mike, that you asked if a reverse dunk was like flipping a baseball bat. In that case, no, it was not. That was one of the most remarkable plays I've ever seen in basketball. What a smart move. Man. So that's it. Big Ten is out again. Have not had a Big Ten championship since Davy Spartans won back in, 2000 now? So the drought continues for the Big Ten.
It's been a while.
Now, one thing I've noticed when I have dipped into these games is You see it now in Major League Baseball where they put the headset on the skipper, and then you obviously get it going to the half of NFL games. But they have, like, when there's a timeout or something, the coach will come back and the coach will visit with the courtside reporter. And then as soon as that interview is done, go right back into
The huddle.
like the circle, right into the huddle. But the quality of the answer and discussion exchange much better in these basketball games than I've seen in, like, guys trotting to the locker room for halftime. Would you not agree with this?
Yeah. The woman who was the floor reporter last night is really good, Allie LaForce. She's really good. She has a rapport, I think, with the coaches. Here's my take, and I've said this here about NASCAR. I feel sometimes, though, the broadcast is infringing on the competitors. I still get squishy sometimes. Yeah, this is Ross Chastain. This is Clint Boyer in the booth. You got me? And it feels like it's like, leave him alone. You know what I mean? And then there's also, sometimes we have that problem here in NASCAR. Then you hear the guy go to channel 2. And I'm on the wrong channel. And there's that. I don't know. I think you're right about the quality of the interview. I still feel like there's a time and a place. And sometimes I get a little squishy about that.
Well, I don't know how Fox does it, but I know when I've worked with NBC, the driver knows it's coming before they go there.
Yeah,
They'll
sure.
check with them in the commercial break. Hey, Stevie will say, hey, Ross, why don't we come to you here? Absolutely. Come on. Well, we're coming out of break. We'll be to you in about a minute or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know if Fox gives them the heads up in advance or not.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
I mean, that literally, if looking at it from the other side, you're literally getting the thoughts of the athlete with less than 90 seconds before the competition began. Literally coming to the one to go, you're getting thoughts from the athletes. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, that driver's already, when that helmet goes on, game face mode starts. How many times have we heard that from drivers?
Yeah.
But to be able to then have that exchange and all that's it's pretty cool too. I like it when they play. What was it, Anthony Alfredo or somebody, what was it, last year, the year prior? Wow, I can't believe y'all are coming to me for the hit. It's like, and it was kind of actually pretty cool. Be like, hey, what's going on, everybody?
Yeah.
And when the driver plays, I think that makes the exchange a lot better.
Well, there's no doubt. There's no doubt. And if the driver's cool with it, that's fine. But sometimes I think let them do like the crew chiefs, that's a little different. The crew chief's more like what you're talking about with the coaches on basketball and football, right? Because he's up there and whoever's talking to them gives them the strategy and all. So listen, you have unprecedented, you have unprecedented ways to now access to talk to people today, which we never did before. It's amazing. It really is in all sports.
I thought the cool thing Fox did last week was talk to Andy Petrie on the booth or on the War Wagon,
and he was really good.
They talked to Justin Marks, and that was pretty cool. So that's just a different. And Andy's just sitting there, just bundled all up, and he's answering the questions and stuff. I think it's pretty cool when you can go into those places in the competition, kind of like the sideline report. But this is going on like when the race is going on. I think that just adds another little layer, and I think that was pretty cool what Fox did there. I like that. Yeah,
Andy obviously, who has television experience, he's really good at conveying his thoughts. So yeah, that was good. So anyway, we have 4 more games today, and then we'll have the Elite Eight over the weekend, and we'll find out who plays in the Final Four next week on the basketball side. You mentioned the weather. I told you before we went on the air, I had a moral dilemma yesterday because I needed to wash my car. I haven't washed my car in a while because it's been sloppy. The question is, do I take out the rubber floor mats and put in the carpet floor mats, or by doing that, am I risking more snow and ice? And sure enough, I didn't do it. And sure enough, last night we were told maybe some snow and ice tonight here in Chicago, Mike. So I think I made the right move. I didn't jump the restart on the weather changing here yet.
Well, see, I'm a rubber mat guy year round. I have WeatherTech mats in the old gal out here. So I don't go cloth because even though it's like not salt and all that stuff from wintertime, you still mash the carpeted mats down, and I don't like that. I like that crisp look, so I just keep the rubber in there all year.
Don't want to mash down the carpets? Yes. Right.
That's right.
Right. How much they charge you to, so I take it to my place here to charge the mats. That's not cheap.
Charge the mats?
I mean, they charge me to wash the mats. How much do they charge it? Do you know?
It's included, like when I go to the spa, which I have to go like Sunday because I'm driving to Richmond. Got to make sure the wheels are tight. Can't be going out there with janky wheels.
No.
Stop it off in D.C. first. I don't want to,
Janky wheels. You don't want that.
But it's included with the price of it. Like they'll run it through, they'll wash it, then they'll detail it when they get done.
Wow.
And it's all included, and the rubber mats are part of that.
Oh. No, so you have to pay. They'll vacuum the inside and detail it, but if you want the mats cleaned here, it's a racket. It's like $1 a mat. Might be more than that. So I saved some money for now. Next week,
So,
I'll do it.
So basically, at my place, the rubber mat cleaning is included with all of their trials and popular plans.
Right. That's the morning drive wash. I'm Mike Bagley. Yeah.
Next thing you know, I got Bruce Murray putting Rain-X all over my car. Look at him go.
My man.
Come on, Bruce. Get in there. Get in there, Brucey.
So what else? Here's another thing. So tomorrow is, all the kids in our family, when, nieces, nephews, when they hit 18, no more family parties. You still acknowledge the kid's birthday, but the big family party, we pull the
family
plug.
birthday party.
Yeah, when it's their birthday, they would be at these parties. But when they hit 18, that's the last one. Well, tomorrow's the last one on the boys' side. My cousin's son, Jack, is turning 18. And then we have one left, Angela's daughter, Kate, little Kate. She's going to be 18 this year. This is it. End of an era. Tomorrow. One down, one to go. All the years of all these birthdays, tomorrow is it for the boys.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you adjust what goes in the envelope for the birthdays when they turn 18?
No. When they turn 18, I think it's the same rate card all the way
then
through.
What about 19?
19, like, for instance, you don't want to forget them, but it turns into more of, hey, here's a Starbucks gift card for $25 or something like that. Instead of, listen, now these kids, there's no way around it, boys. They don't want anything but cash. Give me cashola. I don't even want a check. Venmo me, Uncle Pete. I was told that the last time at a birthday party. Seriously? So I'm going to give you a card, wish you happy birthday, shake your hand, have a piece of cake, and then go to my bank account and zell you 50? It's like, geez. Kids, what an angle. So tomorrow's it for the boys.
They want the card.
I don't think they do either. What do? You read it, you throw it in the garbage. They just want the content.
Right.
So end of an era. They're growing up fast. Mia's 2 semesters down in sophomore year. Got the note yesterday. She made the dean's list again. Look at her go. But time is flying fast, boys. Really fast.
So now, do you have a different rate for individuals? Like if it's depending on who they are, how old they are, how close they are. You have, like, for instance, when I give, like, say, Scott his birthday present, it's always more than other birthday presents I give other people because he's my best friend.
Because he's your best friend, right?
Right.
I would say on the kid's side, you shouldn't really do that. But I do it probably for Sammy, my nephew, because he's my godson. So maybe he gets a little extra special compensation, a little under the table, a little New York handshake for Sammy. You know what I mean? We try to stay even for everybody else because you don't want to be like playing favorites for the kids. You know what I mean? But Sammy, he's my, hey, he's my godson. Hey.
But why is it a New York handshake?
I don't know.
Why is that the city that always gets it? Because Lord knows, I mean, y'all do stuff with money in Chicago too,
Well, no argument on this end, but I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure. But I've always heard it the New York handshake. Or like when you tip your waiter or whatever, you tip your valet guy, give him the New York handshake. Like you shake hands, and next thing you know, you got like a $5 bill in your hand. That's a New York handshake. Take care of me, will you? Give me a little special extra compensation there, pal.
You want special extra for just a $5?
Well,
to me, I think you got at least to have a 20 if you're
20?
doing the old. Yeah, if you're doing the old New York handshake, as you call it, and you want a little special treatment, I'm thinking that the guy's more inclined to give it to you if there's at least 2 digits in the value of the tip.
Well, that's an interesting point because in the case I just gave you, he's already done the service. So the valet guy's bringing me back my car. He gets whatever I give him.
Unless you tip on the inbound.
On the inbound.
Get it in a good position so
back
you don't have to wait as long.
Right. Oh, and by the way, I went to dinner the other night with the girls on Tuesday, and I backed the car in, and Mia says, "Oh, you're pulling a bag, man."
Get it.
Even she remembers that you like to back in when you park.
I have people still. I learned that in Atlanta. That's where I first started doing that because I learned that from friends down in Atlanta. And because I asked the question, like, what's going on with this back end stuff? Like, what's going on with all this? Listen, sometimes you just got to get.
My God.
Yeah. Back in. I have time to be doing a 4-point turn coming out of a parking spot. Sometimes you got to get in and go.
Well, I get it. I used to do it at church, and then we'd be sitting, and the way the car was positioned, I could see it from where we were sitting. And Michelle would just it would drive her nuts because I'd go, look at that parking spot. Look at that. Will you look at that?
Seriously, you're in the house of the Father, and you're worried about and bragging about the parking space back end job you did.
Well, there was a break in
Seriously?
the action. There was a break in the action.
Break in the action. We're getting ready to let loose with the Eucharist right there, getting those communion chalices fired up, getting everything staged out.
Dun, 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 dun. Let's go to Father Kurt here in between.
Let's pause 10 seconds for chalice identification on the Catholic Communion Radio Network.
Yeah, so there was a break in the flow, but I used to like looking at the car because, to your point, when church would let out, it was that parking lot gets jammed up. I was ready to go. Giddy up, Father Kurt. Nice service. Thanks very much. See you next Sunday. Brunch, here we come. Yes, sir.
Speaking of getting to it this morning, we got lots coming your way over the course of the next 3 hours and 45 minutes. Bottom of the hour. Got headline check number 1 coming up. Also, the big COTA weekend preview. We'll hear from Tino Patino and his best bets for Circuit of the Americas this weekend. Coming up at the top of the hour, we've got our Friday 4. This is where we go around the horn and we each give one thing that we're going to be keeping tabs on. You can give us the thing that you're going to be keeping tabs on as well after we crest the 8 a.m. time mark. Coming up at around 8:48 this morning, we'll give you the drum and the calendar. Also coming up at 9, Jordan Bianchi of The Athletic stops by. At 9:30, we'll visit with Zane Smith of Front Row Motorsports. The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series racing tomorrow at Circuit of the Americas. As a matter of fact, they are first up this weekend. Zane's had success. That team has had success there, but Zane is having a lot of success to start the season. Obviously, the defending series champion. In the fourth and final hour, we'll do the Wizard of Odds. We'll give you our fantasy lineups, our picks, our prop bets, and, of course, Monday headlines today. 866 Pit Lane puts you in touch with us, as does at SiriusXM NASCAR, #TMD NASCAR on Twitter.